for another great episode here. I hope you all are having a great Saturday and a great weekend so far. My name is Don Terrell. I want to welcome you to another spectacular episode of The Color of Motion, where I like to say, hey, stories come in all shades. And I highlight people of color and diverse backgrounds in the industry of motion graphics, animation, visual effects, cartoons, and comics that, if you don't know by now, after 100 and so episodes, I'm crazy about. So I want to welcome you to this episode for sure. You know the drill. Make sure you hop into the comments, say, hey, where you're tuning in from, so I can give you the shout out that, you also richly deserve for sure. Make sure that you hop on over to the Facebook group, join in facebook.com/groups/ the color of motion. We're having a lot of fun over there, sharing industry news, great conversation, and definitely want you to be a part of the family. So hop on over there and join in on the fun for sure. I want to give a big shout out to today's sponsor of this show today. Let me make sure I get it right here. Mr. Restream. If you are streaming out to multiple platforms there, Restream is a great software to use that will allow you to stream to all your social platforms at the same time. I love them. They're a great piece of software. They help me to get the show out to all my channels there. So make sure you hop over to restream.io and check out Restream for sure. So what else? Oh, also, the show, the store is open. So make sure you hop on over to the store, pick you up some swag, get some gear. Definitely want to see, as many people as possible with color of motion gear on. So, hey, got great hoodies, great swag items, hoodies, shirts, mugs. We're constantly putting, gear up on the channel. So make sure that you hop on over there, pick you up something. The only thing that I do request is that, you shoot a picture of yourself, send it on over to me so that I can share it on the channel and on the social channels there, on the show, and see in your gear. So make sure you hop on over to colormotion.net/swag and pick you up something for sure. So, uh, also, let's see what else. It's like I said. Hopefully, everybody is having a great weekend so far, for sure, and enjoying just everything that's happening. It's been a great weekend, and we're going to have a lot of fun on today's episode. Again, make sure, like I said, you hop into the comments. I always say I want this to be, an interactive show for sure. What else? I always feel, oh, man. You can always connect with me on all my social channels. I definitely want to hear from you. You can find me here, there, right here. Wrong side. You can always find me here for sure. And I definitely always want to hear from you. Let me know what you think of the show, who you might want me to get on, and just let me know, how I can make the show better for sure. Like I said, we're here each and every week, Saturday, 3 p.m. Central Time. We stream live to the YouTube channel, LinkedIn, the Facebook group, and the website. But I always highly encourage everybody to hop on to the YouTube channel, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and become a part of the family, Comment and give a thumbs up because that definitely helps. And there, you're always able to check out all the past great episodes. So make sure you hop on over to the YouTube channel for sure and be a part of the family. Let me jump back over here. like I said, I've been super looking forward to this episode. Met these guys last year. We all spoke on a panel at comicpalooza, and knew I had to get them on the show. And so we're gonna have fun just diving into what they're doing, talk some comics, and just all around fun for sure. Uh, I am not monitoring Facebook. I don't have the page up, so I don't know the name. But woohoo! I appreciate you tuning in. Uh, Whoever you are, you can say your name so I can, like I said, give you a shout out. But I appreciate you tuning in, Mr. Ayub. How's it going, my friend? Hey Don, happy Saturday to you. Appreciate you. He was a great guest a couple of weeks ago. So appreciate you tuning in all the way over from Azerbaijan. So, like I said, we're international. So I appreciate that for sure. What else? I think I got Mr. Dixon. The Dons have it. Super excited for you to tune in there, Don. Looking forward to having him on. He's going to be a great guest, but I'll talk about that at the end of the show. But looking forward to that. So appreciate you, Don, for tuning in and stopping by. Like I said, I've been looking forward to this for a while. Connected with these brothers. Like I said, last year we were at comicpalooza speaking on a panel for podcasters of color, and we're going to dive into that. They're going to be doing that again this year, so we got a lot to dive into. So, like I said, I think we can pretty much kind of get this train on the tracks. Yes, we are back. We are back. And like I said, I'm super excited to get this episode kicked off. Without further ado, let me introduce my next guest. You guys got a 2-for-1 today. Like I said, I have these every once in a while. 2 guests for the price of 1. Not that I'm charging, but 2 guests for the price of 1. It's going to be fun. My next guest grew up in Houston, Texas, and they met in high school. Jeremy actually approached Chaddrick about doing the podcast, but he was reluctant at first. One day they were at Gamestop and were having a debate, and eventually noticed that the customers were all enthralled with their conversation. The same thing happened at an anime convention. That's when they realized people gravitated to their conversation, and that's when they realized they could do this and began recording their podcast, Fusion-Haa. Everybody, please help me welcome my very special guests and friends, Jeremy and Chaddrick.
That's so offset of this. Wait, hold on. Go this way? Oh, wrong way. Hey, I got you. We got you.
We're scooting.
Yeah.
All right.
How y'all doing, man? The camera went out. Apologize about that.
Hey, how's it going, Don?
Awesome. I've been super excited about having you guys on ever since we connected at comicpalooza last year, and knew I had to have you guys on because you're just a bunch of characters. So I know we're gonna have some fun having a good talk here. So I appreciate you, brothers.
Definitely looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Well, I have to say, Chaddrick, why were you so reluctant at first for doing a podcast?
Oh man, really, it's just more of like, okay, like I didn't like the sound of my voice, so I'm like, who? You don't like the sound of my voice? Come on, man. We just start talking.
I don't like the sound of I love the sound of Chaddrick's voice. I was the same way. I don't like the sound of my voice now either. So
yeah. So I was like, man, I don't know if I want to hear myself talk. I don't know if I'm gonna have anything like worthwhile to talk about. But the more he kind of kept talking to me about it, is like we have these debates. I would call each other at work and things like that, and when we're hanging out, we have these spirited live debates that seem to draw people in. So like you were saying at the whole Gamestop thing, we're sitting there debating about something and people just kind of like jumping in, and I'm just kind of looking around like, oh snaps, these people want to hear us talk. Like, wait, this is kind of what a podcast is. Wait a minute. My little inner monologue was saying that, and I was just like, man, like, so he asked me maybe like 2, maybe 3 times.
About 3 times.
About 3 times, and I was like, bro, I think we can do this.
I think we can do this. And hey, podcasts are huge now, so that was definitely a good move for sure. Jeremy, do you even remember what y'all were debating about at GameStop?
Oof, man, that could be between within video games or anime. I don't know the specific details on like we do this. Like he says, we'll literally call each other like early in the morning, be like 5:45 in the morning as he getting driving to work, and I'm already at work, and we'll just be debating about whatever, either in life or anime or video games or philosophy in general. That's how we talk.
Oh man, well that, like I said, that's a good combination for a show for sure. Mr. KDJ, appreciate you, Kenny, for tuning in there. Kenny always has these. I can hardly get through his comments because he has these words that he likes to use. Awesomeness.
Oh man,
awesomeness in you piece for sharing your delectable scrumptiously.
He got word gumbo up there.
Like I said, he's got some words. But I love Kenny because he supports the show, so I appreciate that, Kenny, for sure. Appreciate it. Love the sound of your voice. Well, I'm glad somebody does, because like I said,
see, at least you got one.
You got fans, man. There you go.
I still don't like the sound of my voice, for sure. I'm curious because in high school, you get these kind of cliques. Were there others that you found that were kind of interested in the same kind of things that you were interested in, as far as anime and comics and just the debates that y'all would get into about games and things?
You want to take that, or you want me to take it?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, so the answer to that, yes, we did kind of have like-minded people in that way, but liking anime, being into anime, video games, wrestling, the way that we were into it was very frowned upon at that time.
Yeah.
Very, very frowned upon. Like, you were considered a loser for liking anime and things like that. And we just did another podcast. We said anime is my bread and butter, and like, anime is my jam. Like, I can go on and like on and on about it. So like,
I hear they're supposed to be doing a live action of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, please don't.
Oh, we already went through that.
We went through that Dragon Ball Evolution. Oh, we got that, and it was horrible. Done. So one day, so my now wife, I was trying to get her into anime. So that Dragon Ball Evolution movie came out. So I'm like, hey, babe, let's watch this movie, man. It's gonna be good. Man, I put that movie on. I was so embarrassed. I'm just watching it like this.
It doesn't
Like,
even
oh
sound,
my
it doesn't
God.
even sound like a good idea. You know how you hear movies that, oh man, I hope they don't make this into a live action. It's just not going to translate over well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And she's just looking at me like, this is what you like? I'm like, I promise it's not always like this. I promise you it's good.
You say the anime is much better. Much
The
better.
anime is way better.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh man. So how has it, I mean, since you've been doing Fusion-Haa, well, initially, before that, where does the name Fusion-Haa come from? Where did you get that name?
Oh, that's Chad again. I fill in this part at the beginning, and then Chad can fill in the rest. So, okay, that being said, I was thinking like, okay, what we could talk about? So it was like, okay, cool. We talk about. I was like, darn, topic, and I thought about say wrestling, anime, video games, and even music, and it was a gumbo of stuff. Normally at podcasts have like certain topics or whatever, but we always want to have a nerd podcast, I guess you want to call it.
Yeah.
And I couldn't. I'm sometimes with names, just sometimes, but I couldn't come with nothing at this point. So I asked Chad here, and I'm like, Chad, man, give me something, man, give me something. And this is when this guy come in.
So I sat there trying to think of names, and I'm drawing a big fat zero. Can't think of anything. So I'm like, okay, I know we're gonna be talking about anime. I'm like, I was like, we're gonna talk about anime, video games, wrestling, comics, all that stuff. I'm like, it's kind of like a fusion of things. I'm like, wait, fusion? Dragon Ball? Fusion-Haa? Ha? Because we're funny? At least we like to think so? Fusion-Haa? And I called him, Jeremy, I got it.
I tell you, it's amazing where you pull names from, I swear.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That is good. And like I said, like I was saying before the show, we met last year at comicpalooza.
Yes,
we all spoke on, the panel of podcasters of color. Have now that you've been doing the show, have you seen more podcasters of color start to, I guess, crop up? Their shows start to become more popular? I mean, what's been your thought over the year that, since we've met?
We work with them. Actually, you were one of them. The Phantom Nerds, we work with them. We just two times at this time we worked with the WBM podcast. Remember that panel we had last year?
Yeah,
those were the only Latinos.
Yeah,
and so we met those guys. We were like the best of friends. It seemed like. But the Phantom Nerds, I think when we seen them, I seen like their numbers on YouTube and everything like that, and just like because all they watch is just straight up anime.
Yeah,
and like this, it's like they're critiquing it but watching it live at the same time. It's pretty funny.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny. So I see those guys moving on up.
Yeah.
I did have Charmaine on the show. You remember Charmaine?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was on. We had a great show. But it seems like I said, podcasting is really growing. A lot doing shows is really growing. And it seems like, just like the conversation we had on the panel, that more creators of color are starting to tell their own kind of stories. What's been kind of your takeaway from doing the show since you started it? Both of you.
I know my takeaway is kind of like the quote unquote mission statement of Fusion-Haa is like to bring people together. Like we just want to bring like-minded people that kind of like all the same thing we like from all races, creeds, colors, bring everyone together because it's, life can be so divisive sometimes just with everything that's going on. But I tend to find that, stuff I've always seen like anime, video games, wrestling, like they bring people together. So that's kind of my takeaway is that I've seen that happen throughout life, and since we've been doing this podcast, and we've interviewed so many different people from, like we interviewed an Americana singer named Charlie Cope. His style of music isn't like the typical style of music, but we all got together over a Loki meme that I posted on Instagram. So that just shows like all these things bring us together. So that's the one thing that I've learned, that continues to be true.
No. What about you, Jeremy?
Me, it's a good old time personally.
Yeah.
I just had fun with my best friend because we always been talking and just going on and on, just like things that we like, or certain characters in like certain TV shows, video games, wrestlers. We've been doing this since we was in high school, and like he said, kind of like the same thing. Like I never knew. Well, first of all, it was supposed to be just him and myself, right?
Yeah.
And then, like I said, so technically Charlie Cope was our second person that we interviewed.
Yeah.
The first person we interviewed was Patrick Hickey Jr., now owner of a comic book company called Legacy Comics, right?
Yeah.
And before that, he was working for this other company, and so he's like showing us these comics he made. And like they're good reads actually.
Yeah, really.
And like the stuff he making now, and him and his team, oh my God, it's a whole different level.
Phenomenal.
So
Wow.
and not just those guys, that we talk to, the other guys like on social media that be like, oh, hey, critique this, critique that, and like. And who if y'all watching this, hey, sorry, we ain't make it to everything. We're busy. We got our lives. We're fathers. We're husbands. We have our own families. Like and like trust me. He's editing stuff. I'm editing stuff. I gotta do with my kids. He gotta do with his kids. He gotta do with his wife. I gotta do with my wife. So it's another job, but it's fun. I actually enjoy it.
No, I totally can relate to it because, like I said, I love and enjoy doing this show because it's just something that you're just passionate about and that you love talking about and connecting with people and kind of seeing how they got into it, where their passion stemmed from, and the journey that they're on in the industry. Mr. DeMille, appreciate you tuning in there, brother, as always, supporting the show for sure. For everybody just jumping in, like I said, we are having a fun conversation with my friends Chaddrick and Jeremy from Fusion-Haa Podcast, talking comics, pop culture, and wrestling. They love wrestling as well.
That's right. Yep. I mean, you see the shirt.
Yeah.
For you, like I said, you're looking forward to another year of comicpalooza. Have you? And I think with Marvel and DC kind of exploding with their films and comics, you're starting to see the popularity grow. What are some of the animes or comics that you've seen kind of translated into film? Because we were just talking about Dragon Ball Z. They didn't do a good job with it. So
no. I know one for sure is, so one of my favorite comics of all time is Civil War. And the fact that I got to see that as a live action movie, I was giddy in my seats. Cause I think we went together. Didn't we go watch that together?
I want to say
Cause I think I got like tickets from like a radio station or something, like 97 on the box. We got like free tickets, and we went to go see like an early screening.
No, that wasn't it.
Wasn't that?
We went to what you call Bedrock Comics.
Oh, Bedrock. That's
Us
right.
and our wives went.
That's right.
And we was like the last ones to get them tickets.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, and they were there. Okay, so
Yes,
97 on the box was there, and I'm watching this movie, and I read Civil War. Civil War is one of those comics that I was obsessed with, to where I read not just the main comic, but all like the side comics that go along with it.
yeah.
So seeing that translated on screen was like a thing of beauty. And to me, Civil War is one of the best Marvel movies that there is. And
Really?
yeah, and Captain America has the best series of movies.
Yeah.
But I'm hearing Guardians of the Galaxy may give him a run for his money. I haven't seen it yet, so don't spoil it.
I actually went to go see it yesterday. And and I know DeMille, you had posted a video about you seeing it as well. And I'm not going to give out any spoilers, of course, because it just started out for anybody. Yeah. But I do like the way that James Gunn kind of wrapped up the trilogy. I thought he was going to, do it you're never not sure how they're going to leave things. Yeah. But I thought he wrapped it up really well. But I will say, while I enjoyed it, I thought it was good, I still think Civil War and Endgame are the two best that Marvel has done
Wow.
You know.
Yeah, Endgame, man.
Yeah.
Endgame.
Those
I
two
was
are the top ones that Marvel has done.
agreed.
Oh yeah.
Anytime I think of Endgame, I just get chills. Like anytime I think about it.
Yeah, yeah. And I have to give kudos to a director that can direct that many stars. Have a film with that many stars and still make it a great film and keep everybody pretty much under control for the most part. So,
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. Marvel's done a phenomenal job with that, man. Like
they
all
have.
from starting with Hulk and Iron Man, and just from that all the way until Endgame, man. It's just been a masterpiece, man.
Yeah. It's gonna be now that they got the writer strike, I'm pretty sure a lot of things are gonna kind of. Cause I know I was just reading that Blade has been put on hold. Because of the writer strike, so that's gonna put a kink in a lot of things. Mr. Vanille, love Guardians Volume 3, great send off by James Gunn before heading over to DC, and that's going to be another interesting thing. I'm looking for. Although I wasn't pleased with the fact that he got rid of Henry Cavill. I still think he's probably outside of Christopher Reeve, of course, but I still think he's probably the modern day best Superman that I've seen. Henry Cavill. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
I 1000% agree with that.
Yeah, but like I said, James Gunn is obviously a great director. Obviously loves the medium, so I'm interested to see what he's gonna do with DC and how he's gonna bring DC kind of back.
He has his work cut out for him, man. Cause those DC movies lately,
because DC though, it's funny though, because with DC, their movies are Now, okay, now hold on. The Batman trilogy movies, dope.
Christopher Nolan put his foot in them.
Christopher Nolan did Batman Justice. And I thought, and even though it was kind of almost campy, you could say, not quite as campy as the TV show, I thought Tim Burton's Batman was pretty good too.
Man, you talking about 1989 and 1991 right there.
Batman was a good one too.
Yeah.
What about George Clooney's Batman? I didn't hear you mention that.
He's just behind Ben Affleck, so I don't know.
Man.
Now I didn't see, although I've heard good things about it. I have not seen Robert Pattinson's.
It's good. It's really good. Did you ever watch it?
No.
Boo!
I'm going this podcast for it. Ain't that a joke?
I've been telling this man to watch this movie for so long. It's actually really good. It's really good.
Yeah,
I think Robert Pattinson's an underrated actor too.
Yeah, I hear they took it back to more of him being a detective than So I think people were, they're accustomed to the action and that type of thing. So like I said, I hear it's good. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to watch it for sure. Scribe, dig into Fred Safer.
Appreciate it.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that is a good idea.
Yeah. Fred Safer ranking out ignorant. I don't know how.
Yes. You big dummy. This in there wobbling around.
Put 5 across your lip.
Yeah, that'd be a good catchphrase. I'm about to put 5 across your lip. You big dummy.
Man. And he obviously loved the Joker. I'm not sure which Joker. Of course, Heath Ledger.
I think you mean the Joker movie.
The Joker movie. I saw the first one. The second one hasn't come out yet. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was.
Me too.
Yeah, very interesting take on the Joker, man.
I still think, of course, Heath Ledger kind of runs away with it.
Oh, he broke the mold.
See,
he broke the mold.
Okay, hold on, hear me out.
I will say, guys, that Joaquin Phoenix did a great job with the Joker. I think you can forget about all the rest of them. I'll put Mark Hamill's Joker before even Jared Leto's and all the.
I think everybody and their mama and their daddy will.
Guys,
man.
Come on, Jared Leto didn't get a fair shake at it. Come on,
boo!
Don't boo me. I see what makes you people cheer.
Hey, I put Cesar Romero before Jay Leno, dude.
I'm with you there, Jeremy.
I said Jared Leno.
I would say, if he played the Joker, I'm clocking out. I'm not watching that.
I'm totally with
Jared
you.
Leno
I
Joker's
would
gonna
put
have the
Cesar
strongest chin in
Romero.
the game.
I'm messing
I
up
would put
names, dude,
Cesar
on live
Romero
podcast.
before Joker.
Yeah, that mustache and everything.
The Bill, Robert Pattinson's Batman should be your next movie. Yeah, it's really good.
Absolutely.
That's what I hear. Like I said, I hear it's really good, and the casting's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah,
so
it was
interesting
man.
to see.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it's gonna fit into DC now, because like we said, James Gunn has his work cut out for him. So I see the Flash. It looks like it's gonna rewrite a lot of things.
Yeah,
And they need to.
That's smart. That's actually smart, though.
Because you have to get the Justice League out of here. You got to do something.
Ooh, that was
that first Justice League movie, we got to erase that from history. By any means necessary.
If the Flash got messed up, that's fine.
Oh man. Yeah, it's gonna be. It'll be interesting. One,
yeah,
I do like how, although I haven't seen it yet, I do like how they're kind of bringing in Michael Keaton's Batman into that.
Oh yeah.
Of course, it's kind of. I think what kind of gets it is it's kind of wrapped up in who's the actor that plays the Flash.
Ezra Miller.
Yeah,
Ezra Miller. Yeah.
Yeah, his issues that kind of threw it off, but
yeah. Hey, you want to hear a theory I have about the Flash? So this is what I think should happen. This is how you make a peak Flash movie. So DC, if you're listening, just if you take my idea, it's okay. I won't charge you for it. So this is what you have to do. So we know Ezra Miller's been a wild boy out here in these streets. So what has to happen is you have to bring in Grant Austin, which is the guy that plays the Flash on the CW TV shows. Somehow Ezra Miller has to turn into the reverse Flash. He has to become evil. And then Grant Austin has to become the good Flash. And then we just get Ezra Miller out of here. See? Problem solved. Problem solved.
So DC,
my
James
God.
Gunn, if you're listening to this, you might want to think about that.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I mean, it's a good idea.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, Chaddrick Jeremy. There you go.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
I tell you. But do you feel like, because I was saying, and had this conversation with somebody before, how like Hollywood isn't really. Let me see, you got. You know how Hollywood, of course, kind of tends to take their own kind of license with the movies and make it Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Do you see them doing more with kind of following the narrative of how the comic books are going? Or, I mean, do you kind of like that? Do you kind of see that, you get with the fact that they're Hollywoodizing it? Or would you rather them stay true to the comics as they are?
I personally would rather them stick with the comics because, of course, the nerd in me, you know what I mean? That being said, for example, because I wanted to mention it, but I want to be a loser at the end of it. Go, oh yeah, Civil War was cool, right? With Civil War, like it was so much. Do you know how many actors you had to hire to do the actual Civil War comic book? Right? I mean, movie for the comic book.
Yeah.
Divorces happened. I'm talking about like Storm and freaking Black Panther. It was like, we ain't cool no more. Yeah. Sue Richards and Reed Richards. That was like Reed Richards became like a madman in that comic book, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Like I said, they got the Fantastic Four, the X-Men, Black Panther. You got so many people. So you had to rewrite that in a way to hire just like a handful of people and make it work, which they did a hell of a job, in my opinion, with the Civil War movie. Yeah. When it come down to like other, like even like, I ain't gonna lie, even like Thanos, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't really agree with the Thanos in the comic books. Excuse me, what I'm about to say, he's a simp on the comic books. I'm gonna just say it like that.
Yeah.
But in the MCU, perfect. I love it. It makes sense.
Yes.
So in certain instances, like you can tweak it here and there. You know what I'm saying? Because like even like kind of outside of comic books, like I'm a big Resident Evil fan. I like that's one of my favorite gaming franchises. I hate how they just make these. I can't even find the right words for it. That's how bad it is. They just it's astonishing how you mess up something that you already got a script on, and then not just that. If you go to like it's S.D. Perry wrote books about it, and she put her take into it with like just certain little details or add-ons or stuff you don't even know behind the scenes. What made it perfect? So she already wrote my script. Just pay her. So sometimes yes, and sometimes no. If that makes sense. I know we kind of went on a tangent on some of this stuff.
No, I get it. What about you, Chaddrick?
So I feel as though you can change it, but you need to like if you're gonna change it, like let's say, let me think of something. We use Civil War. We're already using that. Why not?
Okay.
So, like Jay said, Civil War you had to change. We had to change it because Marvel can't use the dreaded mutant X-Men word. You can't use mutants.
Yeah.
You can't use the Fantastic Four. Yeah. So you got to take liberties, and I'm fine with that. But you have to stick to the source material somewhat. You can't just go changing everything. You just can't make it too crazy. Yeah. But as long as the story's done well, I mean, there's multiverses in comics, so you can really take your stories anywhere. But I think it's best to use the comics as a source. Yeah. And then, if you're going to take liberties to write and change things, that's fine. But it just has to make sense in the context of the story. That's how I feel.
And at the time too, like you said, like licenses issues. Like for example, like the Wakanda for everything. You notice Namor, he was Namor. Yeah. And come to find out, Marvel don't own the license to Namor because of Universal. I don't know, like of all characters, somebody owns Universal.
Well, that's kind of why, because like who wants Namor? Who wanted Namor back then?
Yeah.
Well, on that, how do you think that Black Panther was done compared to the comics?
Compared to the comics, so I know a little bit about Black Panther. I didn't really learn more. I learned a lot through the Civil War comic book. I know Civil War seemed like the only comic I've ever read. I promise I read more. But I learned that's where I learned a lot about Black Panther from, is the Civil War.
Yeah.
And then kind of reading a little bit into him, I felt like they did do him justice, because you took that story and you brought it to the masses and you made it digestible for everybody to like it. And it united, us people of color. Everybody was so behind that movie. I just remember at the time, everybody being,
just say black people. Just say black people, bro. Come on. We see so many dashiki sales went up.
Oh, them dashiki sales.
You can even see my hand.
Oh, them dashiki sales.
Them dashiki went up there, man.
They were off the roof.
They was off the roof. And it was cool. This was going to be a lit show for all you viewers out there. These guys here, man.
Man. It
didn't go. The second one didn't go without its controversy, of course, how he changed Namor to more Mesoamerican versus, I guess, what, he is in the comics, so to speak. So,
I actually like that. I thought that was
I thought it was really well done. And I'm going to be interested to see how he wraps up that kind of, franchise. I don't think he's going to do more than 3. Yeah, I think.
Oh yeah,
I don't think he's gonna do more than 3. So it's gonna be interesting to see how he wraps it up.
Yeah, because we definitely haven't seen the last of him. That's for sure.
No.
We're definitely gonna be seeing him again. And I thought he killed the role of Namor, man. He did a great job.
He did. Like
Black Panther's villains, man. It's hard to root against them because it's like, ooh, you're out of line, but you're right though. You're kind of right.
Right, Killmonger, darn it.
Oh man.
Oh,
I want that so bad, because he was Black Panther in the comics, man. Come on.
Yeah.
We can make. I like Shuri. Shuri did a really her being a Black Panther in that movie. Yeah. She did a great job.
Yeah, but, actually, my thought was I thought they were gonna make what was his ended up being his girlfriend.
Lupita.
Lupita. I thought for some reason I thought she was gonna kind of wind up being Black Panther.
Yeah.
But I thought Shuri did a great job. Like I said, I love the way they introduced what is she, Iron Maiden?
You're talking about Ironheart. Riri Williams.
Riri Williams, yes, Ironheart.
I love the way they kind of brought her into it. I really would have wished Chadwick Boseman had lived just to see how it would have played out, that kind of thing. But I thought he did a phenomenal job considering everything that happened.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
About the movie. So that's why I'm looking forward to seeing how he wraps this up.
Yeah. And that movie, you definitely can feel his presence not being there in the movie.
Yeah.
you could tell they had to go in and change a lot of things, but I thought they did a really great job. And I'm not gonna lie, the first 20 minutes came from my soul in that movie. And I had a couple tears running down. It was just really sad to see it, man. It was sad, but they did a great job with handling his passing in that movie. They really did.
And from all the interviews I saw, they really worked from the pain of losing him, really putting that into the scene. So it really served the movie well. I hate that Angela Bassett didn't win. I thought she should have.
I know, man. They could have gave Mama Bassett, man.
I thought she should have.
She was so daggone amazing too, man.
She killed that. She killed that.
Both movies, man.
I tell you the scene that did it for me, that I got chills. When she brought those guys, she brought the soldiers that broke into the meeting, and put them all on their knees and just gave that speech. I was like, wow, that was a powerful scene. That was a powerful scene. You will be next time judged on a harsher standard. I thought it was really good. So I'm really excited about it. Are you? Obviously, with Marvel and DC, they've got just a bank of movies they'll be doing for years and stories they'll be doing for years. Does it bother you, or do you think about the fact that they're not coming out with, say, original stuff or trying original characters or different characters, and kind of rehashing, like remaking Batman with a new Batman and that type of thing?
Well, I feel like Hollywood ran out of ideas a long time ago, because it seems like even when we were younger, they were kind of redoing things in. There are a lot of comics that they can pull from, and that's why I'm so excited as a comic book fan, because they've made me care about characters when I was younger, like Doctor Strange. I didn't really care about Doctor Strange, but you guys made me care about him. So that lets me know that you can do it. Like one of my favorite non-Marvel DC movies is Kick-Ass. It's one of my favorite comics.
I love that.
It's one of my favorite comics that I watched the movie and then I went and read the comics, and they were so gritty, so dark, but yet so good.
I thought Whatchamacallit was done really well too. Although I didn't read a lot of the graphic novel. The one with the name it's on the tip of my tongue.
Is it Marvel, DC? Throw some names out.
It's not Marvel or DC. It was a graphic novel that they made.
Watchmen.
Yeah.
That
was a really good representation of a gritty graphic novel that they done really well. So I'm, like I said, I'm always kind of up in the air when it comes to, some of the stuff they do. Like I said, I saw the trailer, and I don't know what you thought about this, DeMille. Maybe you could chime in. I wasn't really, they played the trailer before Guardians of the Galaxy of Marvels. So I guess it's like, Captain Marvel, the one that was in, she was in it didn't really set too well. I don't know. Maybe
not at all.
Maybe it was just a trailer.
They rushed it. The last movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. And then I get they were trying to set her up for the last, Avengers movie. Okay, fine, cool. And it's a running joke by her, by the way. Black Widow's peanut butter jelly sandwich had more screen time than Captain freaking Marvel. Like, what are we doing, kids? I was mad, and it was so funny. Me and this guy see it at the same time and didn't even know it.
Yeah.
Him and his family sitting in front of me and my family, and then towards the end, we're like, "Oh snap, you here? You watch this trash too, huh?"
Yeah. That movie's. Oh my God. So Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
So.
Miss Marvel or
Captain Marvel. I'm sorry, Captain Marvel. Miss Marvel was good. I actually like Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
I like the Marvel and what is that? The Vision and the Scarlet Witch. That show.
Oh yeah.
She was good. But it's something
She's technically
about
the second
yeah,
Captain
yeah.
Marvel, by the way.
It's something about Brie Larson's maybe her portrayal of Captain Marvel. It's not there. I don't know what it is. Like I don't know if it's the writing or if it's her, but that movie.
I don't know for sure, but from the interviews I've seen, she didn't really get along a lot with the other actors that were playing. From what I saw.
Well, that took my next thing. How about say
bring back Auntie Monica?
Yeah, I was about to say there was no chemistry, so I guess that makes sense.
She really didn't, from what I hear, she really didn't get along or they really didn't like her too much. So I don't know.
Well, like I said, bring back Auntie Monica.
Yeah. She killed it as Captain
Monica Rambeau.
Yeah,
bring her back.
Yeah.
I'm curious, and I don't know if you guys seen the trailer for it. Spider-Man's what's the second one called?
You talking about Spider-Man, the Spider-Verse?
Spider-Verse.
The Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse 2.
Oh, I ain't seen that yet. I ain't seen the trailer for that.
I can't wait.
The trailer for it. That's gonna be killer.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
They took it up to another notch, and that's why I think what I love about that is one, of course, the style of how they did it was just,
very unique,
very artsy. You were watching a comic book.
Yes,
exactly. So that's what I loved about that. Actually, they just wrapped up, which I'm trying to get him and his partner on the show, Keith White. They just wrapped up Afro Animation Summit a couple of weeks ago. They had out, and this was his first year doing it live. They had it out in Burbank. The first couple of years, it was a virtual event, but they had Peter Ramsey and some of the director from this year's Spider-Man on a panel and stuff. And they were talking about it, and they showed the trailer. And like I said, it's just maybe fall in love. But I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man's kind of my original. Kind of.
Same here, man.
I guess the three of us all in the same boat, man.
I didn't really kind of, Andrew Garfield's version was okay.
Right.
I really like Tobey Maguire's kind of better, but I hear who's the new one?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. Yeah, I saw that, and I liked how he played it, of course, in Endgame and Avengers and stuff. So. Be interesting to see, but I think the animated version just kind of wipes all.
The animated version is top notch, man. Tom Holland Spider-Man, he's done a really good job portraying Spider-Man. Yeah. That last movie was epic. Having all three Spider-Man in one movie, that's hard to beat, Yeah.
That was the best movie in, what was that, Phase 4?
Yeah.
The best movie TV show. I don't know if that's a TV show. Everything in like Phase 4 of Marvel to me was not good.
Well, I hear he was probably.
Well, Shang-Chi was good.
He was the only one that was closer in actual age to, I guess.
Spider-Man
was in the comics, so. I guess that was a big thing as well. But what are you, some of the ones that you would love to see them try and bring? What are some of the superheroes that you would love to see them try to bring, and that you think they could do justice to the comics?
Ooh, that's a darn good question.
Both on the Marvel side and the DC side. And two, what do you think that DC needs to do to? Of course, they got a long way. They got so far to go to catch up to Marvel. I mean, they've really dropped the ball as far as what they can do. That's why I'm excited to see what James Gunn does with DC.
Right.
Yeah. What do you think needs to be the biggest thing they need to change, or that they've been doing wrong with kind of DC?
I'm going to say story. Story is the main thing. And the perfect example of that is Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman 84. Wonder Woman, the first one is great. No, it's great.
I kind of liked it. Yeah,
it's great. But Wonder Woman 84, I don't know what happened with that story. Like Wonder Woman and what's the pilot dude's name? They're horrible people. Trevor, they're horrible people. They kicked this dude out of his body so they can live love fantasy happy ever after. Like, y'all are terrible people, and you're getting mad at this guy for making wishes. Like, y'all are villains too. You're not that great. But other than that, the story for that movie was it was not there. And that's where I see that DC struggles. So, like, look at Justice League, like not the Snyder cut, but just Justice League. That story was horrible, and it shouldn't have been, because you had Wonder Woman, you had Superman, Batman, you made the Flash, you made Aquaman cool, you made everybody care about Aquaman, so you had all you had the perfect recipe, but you just put like too much salt or something in there.
They had the ingredients.
You had all the, you had everything.
Some
like, we're gonna put salt, nothing but salt. That's salt out. Like,
yet.
Yeah. Because, like, for example, like, a few times the internet worked, or what was it called? Not cancel culture, but like just how the internet just mobbed like the studios. Yeah. 2 examples: Sonic the Hedgehog, Deadpool. Yeah. Deadpool, for example, he's everything that I thought of, and we like, yo, we want him.
Well,
and we got him. And Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I think, and Ryan Reynolds said that. I mean, he has no qualms about saying they really messed him up when he was on Wolverine.
Oh yeah, the Wolverine movie.
Yeah. The Wolverine one, they just did Deadpool wrong. He really brought the character to its truest form when he took over and started doing it. I'm hoping they do that, even though I kind of enjoyed it. Green Lantern. I know he gets a bad rap with that.
Man.
You enjoy Green? You enjoy Green Lantern?
Well, I mean, I like.
I was buzzing when I watched it. I gotta admit that.
Of course, they could have done. Of course, the story was crap, but I mean, I enjoyed it as just a film. I mean,
okay.
Same here.
As a film, I kind of a sci-fi film or superhero film. I kind of enjoyed it, but I'm definitely hoping that their next try at it, they really make Green Lantern because I loved Green Lantern comics when I was growing up as well. He was another character that I just kind of loved. Not just Hal Jordan, but when the Black Green Lantern.
Yeah, I'm about to say, and when you took the words out of my mouth, I'm about to say, boom, we just resumed the Black one.
Over, so I'm hoping they don't, excuse my French people, fuck it up. when they try it, I hope they don't do that. Because, like I said, I feel like he said, they've got, I think, just as many great characters as Marvel does, but like you said, Chaddrick, they just been missing the ball when it comes to stories and really fleshing out the characters.
You said about what's a DC movie or Marvel movie we would like to see. A DC movie I would love to see would be Teen Titans. I would love to see that made into a movie. I would really. And since we had the Titans show on it's on HBO Max, it's getting canceled, unfortunately. DC and Warner Brothers, they're chopping down all the good shows. But man, it's crazy because I just got into Doom Patrol, canceled.
Oh, he loved it.
Started watching Titans, canceled. I was like, I just started liking
but they still making more to combats, man. So it's all good.
More on combats.
More Kombat 12 coming out, man.
You mean the game? Okay, the game.
The game.
I thought you meant that movie.
Yeah, the game. Oh, I'm sorry, the game.
I hope he wasn't talking about the movie because the movie was.
My bad.
Oh my god,
that movie was alright too, by the way. I said alright. I ain't said she's night.
What was Cole? Cole, where did he come from? Like, I don't understand that. Like,
I'm just.
We got Scorpion's great grandson.
Hey, Mr. Dunn, I was just trying to like the movie, and he's killing it right now, man.
What about you, Jeremy? Who would you love to see on DC side, especially that they try and bring to life?
DC? It's funny because I'm more of a Marvel guy.
Damn. Well, he said Marvel too.
Oh, Marvel too?
Marvel too.
Man, just bring back some old X-Men movies, personally, man. I'm a big X-Men fan. I love the mutants. Because that Dark Phoenix movie was hot garbage. And I'm glad I didn't pay to watch it. I know that I shouldn't be sitting there and stuff. I watched it when I was at work. I had nothing else to do, and I'm watching on my phone, found a way to watch it. And I was like, what are they doing? What are they doing with that? They introduced the scrolls, and then they did that weird. I don't know what to say.
I was kind of so about, I mean, I love that he's coming back, but I love the way they wrapped up Logan.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh, that was the
was
best
awesome.
one. That was the best one.
Oh, yeah.
And I know Hugh Jackman's coming back for Deadpool, that Deadpool
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Right.
So
Excited
it'd
about
be
that.
interesting to see how they bring it back and how they
Yes.
bring those two together. But I did like the way they wrapped up kind of Logan. So
Yeah.
And it's funny because like even like that, like spin-off comic books too. Like you got like I think it was like Wolverine and Deadpool, and you got, you know, Cable and Deadpool.
yeah,
You got
yeah.
Wolverine and the Hulk, you know, Wolverine with the patch, I call him Patchy. So you
Yeah.
have all this stuff. You have like all these collabs you can do too. So it's like movies within
Yeah.
movies and you know, other things based off the comic books. But you can kind of put your, you know, own spin to it too because, you know, licensing purposes or just kind of, you know, tweak it up as a director, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's so many possibilities when it comes to these comic books or these entities of, you know, Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
Well, I
And
thought
Marvel is good.
Yeah, I thought Marvel. Obviously, Marvel's got the blueprint for it. But I think you know, I think what really was really great was how they intertwined all the kind of movies. Like, you know, you get a little snippet of this, you know, character, and then they'd have their own movie. So they know the characters are all kind of meshing into each other's worlds, you know. So how do you write that and, you know, kind of tie them all to kind of together?
Okay.
Mr. DeBio, Guardians will change your mind about Phase 4.
Oh,
yeah.
I appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
Thank
okay. I'm gonna go watch it tomorrow. So
yeah,
I'm watching
like I said, I loved
it.
it. I thought
Mario's so good.
Be prepared. I will say, take you some tissue. Take you some tissue.
Oh, don't tell me that.
Yeah, there's some things I predicted, but I'm not gonna tell you because if I tell you, like, I don't want to be right. You'd be like, man, you're right. I'm gonna be like, no. But yeah, I'm really excited about watching that movie. I was gonna watch it Thursday, but I didn't get a chance to. I'm busy with work, so I was like, I'll just go watch it on Sunday.
Yeah, I went yesterday afternoon, and I'm glad I did. And like I said, it's a great movie. Definitely, obviously, you know, the visual effects were amazing and everything. And like I said, yep, you're right, Scrib. I'm not going to throw in any spoilers, but like I said, I do like the way James Gunn wrapped up the trilogy, because you know how you can get some that just leave things kind of hanging,
open-ended,
a lot of loose ends. Yeah,
you know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, you know, they'll roll it back out in a couple of years, you know, with either new actors or something like that, or they'll bring back, you know, some of the other ones. But like I said, you'll love it. You'll really love it.
Yeah, they got the multiverse now. They can do anything. That's
pretty much.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about it. They got the multiverse. Anything's possible now.
Yeah, that's giving them license for sure. We, like I said, everybody again just jumping in. We've been having a heated, well, not heated, but a fun, good debate about a lot of different things.
Yeah, we have a good time.
Yeah, we are having a great talk. Like I told you, these guys are hilarious. Chaddrick and Jeremy with Fusion-Haa Podcast talk about so many things. But as you progress more in the show and the podcast you're doing, where do you see you're hoping to take Fusion-Haa and is this just, you know, for fun for you guys, or do you really see it going further, taking it further? I mean, what are your thoughts on Fusion-Haa?
We have similar goals.
Yeah.
Personally, like I want to do this for a living. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Absolutely.
My day job is a truck driver, and it gets old real quick.
Yeah.
And I do it locally, so you know I'm not like out the state or even, you know, cross country, nothing like that. But man, I get up early in the morning and say it like that, and people drive like insane people. Now getting back to the question, so I really want to, you know, be monetized, you know, of course YouTube and other, you know, mediums, and I want to actually. At first I was like, just be a super cool podcast. Now I was like, you know, and Chad said the same thing later on. I'm like, oh crap, we got the same idea. I want this to be like a phenomenal media company one of these days, man. And then beyond that, you know, because I've seen like guys like what's his name, Maximilian Dood. Like he does Twitch, but then he puts clips on YouTube, I admire his room and his setup because he talk more about video games and playing them online and everything like that. That's cool. But I want to do all that, like me and you and Chad. We talking about movies and one have a division for wrestling, movies, and video games and art and all kinds of stuff. Because we've met so many people and music. We've met so many people within this this journey that we have in the last couple of years. And it's like, okay, we can go to another level of that. So I'm like, my goal as of now, and Chaz too, I ain't gonna just be selfish. Our goal, let me say it like
Chad,
that,
you
is
come
to
along.
Yeah.
Come on, dog.
Oh, gee, thanks, Jeremy.
I know, right?
Mr. Jerry, you're
To
so
be monetized, so later in life that we can like literally just have this company and just I actually enjoy like talking to you. I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah.
If I get paid to do this, heck
dude.
dude.
That'd be the funnest paycheck we ever earned. And
Hell
to kind of capitalize off what he said, in the beginning, it was just me and Jeremy wanted to just talk and do different things. But once we got our first interview, our second interview, third interview, we did comicpalooza. We did that. It's like, wow, like this can really be something. Like I feel I said something at comicpalooza last year. We got a lot of compliments, and we were surprised because we were just kind of starting off then, but people really came up to us and they really enjoyed what we did.
Yeah.
And whenever we did our interviews, we were kind of not just trying to like talk us up or anything, but people really enjoyed our interviews and they enjoyed talking with us.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, I think we can really do something. And it's like I said on another show, is that I really, when I was growing up, I wanted to be a writer, journalist, things like that, But I'm an inventory manager for a hydraulic hose company. So my job is very stressful, very number oriented. Because I just see numbers floating around all day long.
Man, I know what you're talking about.
But I would love to be able to do this as a full-time job. That would be the dream job with my best friend, my brother.
Yeah.
Talking to cool people such as yourself, talking to other people, we've even talked to voice actors and things like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And shout out to Josh Martin, the voice of Majin Buu. Thank you for talking with us. But just doing stuff like that. When we finished that, I looked at Jeremy. So when we finished that interview, we kind of sat in the car and just looked at each other like, we did that. We're like, wow. Like, so doing that and talking with other people, like, it's like, man, we can really do this. We can take this thing to the next level. We can turn Fusion-Haa into a media company. There's so much that we can do. It's like the sky's the limit now.
Yeah. And thank you for also giving this opportunity to
absolutely
pretty much put this in the universe.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, man. We really appreciate it. Yeah,
man. Like I said, when we had such fun on the panel, it was guys, we couldn't even fit everybody on the stage.
Yeah.
Because there were just so many of us. And it was just, like I said, and that was my first time really going to a comic convention.
Really?
Wow,
really? It was.
You seem like a professional, man.
And I was like, wow, and I've seen like videos of San Diego Comic-Con and all of that. So I know that it's a big, there's a big community of people, both young and old, that just love comics and cartoons. But it was like, it was almost like, going to Mardi Gras for the first time. You hear about it, but it's not until you get there that you see. It's like, wow, okay, just people dressed up, in costume, cosplay, all the stuff. It was just amazing for me. And then being on the panel, having these great conversations, meeting all these other comic lovers that were talking about the same thing was just energizing. And like I had just mentioned a minute ago, for me, while, my day job is still, graphic design and art and everything, and I love animation. I've always loved animation. I've always loved comics, and I've always loved cartoons. So doing this show has just been a blessing for me because, like you said, you meet so many people. And I've met and made friends with so many people. A lot of them are in the comments now. Super talented. And that's what's been surprising, not surprising, but just a pleasant surprise. so many creators of color out there that are creating some amazing things, working on some amazing projects. Um, uh, he was on last year. I'm trying to get him and his partner back on, but he was on last year. Everett Downey. I don't know if you've seen his My Dad the Bounty Hunter on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Animated series, amazing. You guys got to check it out if you haven't seen all of it. But super great guy. Love Everett, and they're doing some amazing stuff. So there's just so many great, talented people out there, and so I'm, you know, just super excited about the success you guys are going to have, and it's a different feeling, like you said, when you're making money doing the thing that you love. I mean, you do it because you love it, but the cherry on top is that, you know, you get paid and make money from it. But like I said, it's gonna snowball from here, guys. I know for sure. What's been the biggest challenge doing the show for you guys?
Well, I'm gonna say time.
Same
time.
Same
We both worked full-time jobs, 10 to 12-hour days, 14 hours sometimes for this guy.
Yeah.
So we both have families. He has 3 kids. I have 3 kids. We have our jobs. We're constantly busy. But so we have to fit in time to, you know, edit and do the podcast, because at first we started off just audio. So it was just we meet up, record, put the audio out. It's simple. But we started doing video, and of course we put the video out, but it was like, now we want it to look good. So now we have to edit it. And so we have to take on the roles of doing it, editing, things like that. So I'm at work at my desk, editing the podcast in my car, editing the podcast. Like this guy, I'm sure, in his truck, editing
2 times I've done that.
Editing
2 to 3 times.
editing the podcast. So we're having to squeeze this in whenever we can, but it's something that we love. So it's easy to make the time for it for us. But that's just, to me, that's really one of the biggest things is time.
Yeah, time is like the biggest enemy. It's like never enough time in one day. And then you gotta rest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta rest. It's like I gotta take this nap, because that's why I look at sleep now, is naps.
That's why I give you guys a lot of credit, because like I said, you know, I'm not married, I don't have kids, so I don't have the responsibility of a family, you know, having to take care of, although I do have a, you know, full-time job and stuff. So like I understand time is of, you know, can't get back time. That's the most valuable thing. But it's so gratifying when you are able to put the time into something that you love to do and love to talk about, for sure.
Oh yeah.
So what else?
And the good.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say the good thing is that both of our wives are very supportive of what we do.
Yeah.
So that does make it a bit easier, you know. It's like they're not like, you're in there doing that again. It's like, no, they're
thank God.
they're not doing that. Luckily, they're just, you know, they kind of see what we see.
My big fear is when I do get married or meet somebody is that, you know, they don't quite get what you do, or, you know, they're not really behind what you do.
You gotta hear that.
It's like
I was gonna look at you and be like,
yeah. So anyway, editing this podcast,
you gonna help me out with my screams? Or want to hear that?
Oh man! Again, everybody just jumping in, as you know, if you haven't caught it right now, we're having some crazy fun. We're having some crazy fun here. Definitely gonna be excited about getting you guys back on for sure. What advice would you give for somebody that's wanting to talk about kind of the blurred black nerd thing, that they may be thinking that, you know, of course it's not as bad as it was before. I think blurs is kind of popular now, and we know there's a big community. But what advice would you give somebody, especially somebody of color, that's looking to talk about, you know, comics, cartoons, or even pop culture, you know, and wanting to start a podcast?
Nike that stuff. Just do it.
Oh,
don't be scared.
Facts.
Just do it. Go on the internet. You will see so many guys and girls of color, black people, Latinos, whoever. They are doing it. They are doing just Nike that stuff. You might have a gimmick that nobody else can do.
Yep.
You might have information that nobody else has based on that or your theories. There's a guy that works at a convenience store by my crib. Man, this dude he a young dude. He's like, I think he probably like 19. And I buy my beer, my soda, or whatever from this guy, and we'll sit. I mean, one time we sat for an hour, and I'm just chopping it up with this cat, and he just going these theories and on and on and on. I'm like, bro, I gotta get you this podcast, so I gotta talk to this guy here, make sure he okays it, and just do it, do it. Hear yourself talk one time on tape. If you like it, throw it out there.
Man, that's what I was gonna say. Just don't be afraid. Just try. All you can do is try, and don't be afraid of rejection. Don't be afraid of no. Don't be afraid. Well, you can't be afraid of being ghosted because you never see a ghosting coming. But if you try to reach out to do something and somebody on the other end doesn't respond, or it just kind of leaves you unread, it's not the end of the world. Keep pressing.
Yeah,
things will work out for you the way they're supposed to work out for you. And just do it.
And then when that time comes and that person ghosts you, man, you're going to hear them famous words.
Yeah.
Hey, big head.
Yeah. Hey, big head. Just be like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
And as all
I remember you.
All of you know, I always like to drop knowledge. So you guys drop some serious knowledge there for sure. Just do it. I'm a big proponent of just starting because you're going to iterate and get better as you do, more and more episodes. It's just the nature of it. And, we can get into this thing about talking ourselves, out of stuff or trying to overplan or overdo this. Or, I can't do it. I need to get this mic. I need to get this camera. No, you just need to start.
That's exactly what I did in the beginning of us doing this podcast. Like, I talked myself out of it before I could ever even get started. But once I started doing it, I was like, oh my God, what if I have been missing out my entire life on this?
I mean, it just starts with one of these things, one of these devices. Or just like you said, like a mic or whatever.
That's all we had was a phone and a snowball mic. Yep. We made it happen.
Yeah.
And like I said, trust me, I tell people, go back to my first episode. You'll see how I progressed over the time.
Oh, man. Who you tell?
Oh, our first episode was
wrong. You get better as you do it. And like I said, you learn things as you do it. So just do it. I'm with you guys, Nike. Just do it. Just do it. Yeah. It's Maggie. I appreciate you tuning in there. It's Granny.
Hello.
Thank you for stopping by the show for sure. Again, everybody just jumping in. We've been having an amazing fun. I knew it was going to be, one of these fun, a fun episode with my friends Chaddrick and Jeremy of Fusion-Haa Podcast. For you, what are your kind of thoughts on the new characters that you're starting to see come out? Not the established ones that Marvel and DC. Have you seen or come across comics that you would love to see and feel like would have a great place coming onto the big or the small screen? Because I've come across a lot of like independent creators. Like I said, and I've had him on the show. He does super talented artist. He has a comic book that he does. Forgive me, because his name slipped me. But he does like the Tuskegee Air. It's called the Tuskegee Airs. And it's like a futuristic take on the Tuskegee Airmen. Amazing comic book. I think would translate well into an animated series or an animated, feature length, for sure. What are some of the kind of obscure or not well known comics that you maybe have come across that you think would work well?
Well, it's so much. So, he's big in anime, and I am too. I'm not as big as Chad in anime. For example, they got this one. I think he's a brother. I think he's from England. Call Me Arj. That's his YouTube channel, and he makes all his own. It's fan anime of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. This dude right now is on this Vegito saga. It is dope. They need to animate this right now. Another one. A lot of Patrick Hickey Jr. stuff. He got some gritty stuff. He got some dope stuff. He even like told us about this one comic book. What was that? Brooklyn Bleeds.
Oh, Brooklyn Bleeds. That's such a unique comic, man.
The take he got from it was like the IP of not The Walking Dead. What is that? Dawn of the Dead, right?
Dawn of the
Dead. That was open. And it was like, ooh, get your hands on that. His partner at the time was like, let's get our hands on it. And I was like, man, I don't want to do another, zombie comic book or story because it's been bastardized. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And so that being said, so he made his own take to it, and what it was is like, okay, it's an animal, like say like a dog, and like he's watching. It's a story of the dog, and you're really listening to what the dog is thinking at the time. And his master is slowly becoming a zombie. And it's like, other takes to it too. It's like other like stories within that story, within that. So that'd be something cool to watch. Because like, for example, like I don't know if any of y'all watch, it's on Hulu right now. That a lot of people don't really know about Hit Monkey. Yeah. That is good. That's a Marvel. That is Marvel. You seen it?
I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it. Hit Monkey.
Yeah. Yo, watch it. It's good. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen a couple episodes.
It's good.
I do need to finish. I need to finish it.
So stuff like that. Yeah.
I can speak more. So I was gonna talk about Patrick's comics too.
Okay.
Like I like his story, Condry.
Oh.
And also another one of his artists has this another comic called The Legend of the Night Owl, which is pretty dope. It's about this older lady. She becomes like a vigilante. She gets attacked, and then somehow she starts becoming a vigilante, which I'm interested in that because their version of Brooklyn is kind of like the boroughs are separated out into like their own like places.
Yeah.
So it's a very unique concept. And his character Condry on there too is about this guy who he's essentially like homeless and he's like robbing people for to basically survive. And he comes across this older lady and he tries to rob her and she like shoots him in the head. And I was like, whoa, like what's going on? But he doesn't die because his skin's really tough. You find out he has powers. So I love how that was introduced. So I'll be interested in seeing that coming to a comic. And actually, there's an anime. Well, there's like a manga. I really like a lot of the manga. And there's this manga that I love. It's called Mashal. So it's basically a mashup between muscles and magic. And it's about this kid. There's a world where everyone has magic, but this kid doesn't have magic. But in their world, if you don't have like the scar on your face that signifies that you have magic, that basically you're considered a regular human. So they take you off and kill you because they're trying to keep the bloodline in the world pure. So this guy's grandpa hides him out in the forest, but he works out constantly. So he just getting ripped, getting swole, but he can't do magic at all. And so he goes out into the town after his grandpa tells him not to go. And of course he runs into magicians and they're casting spells at him, but he's batting the spells away because he's strong. So he's just like, get that out of here. Like, and so I would love to see that get turned into an anime, and then I got my wish because they just turned it into an anime. I've been so hyped to watch this anime come because it's so silly, but I love it. What can I say?
And one more thing, you was asking like, no, they already put it on the movie. Riri Williams. Why not?
Oh, absolutely.
Either like show how she started and kind of branch out to her own movie, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think she is eventually gonna get
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Series, which is why, like I said, I love DC and how they lay eggs for the next superhero kind of series type of thing. So it'd be interesting. Like I said, I love the Black Panther. I've never really kind of followed kind of Ironheart and anything after Tony Stark's Iron Man. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, same here.
How they pass it on. But I thought, like I said, Marvel is obviously, like we said, got the blueprint down, and they've got it together for sure. So
yeah, he just gave me another idea.
Upcoming ones, like I said, the trailers I've seen, and for
Yeah.
like I said, I guess the new ones they got kind of coming out. Yeah, I don't know if that's a suffering thing from James Gunn leaving, but
Yeah.
it'll be interesting, like I said, to see how they carry on these other ones. You know.
Yeah, that's Marvel's. That's their superpower, man. And in DC too, especially with James Gunn, I feel more confident is that they can take obscure characters, like people that we would never care about, and they can make you care about them. Like that's been Marvel's superpower. Because Ant-Man, oh come on,
Nobody
bro.
cares.
Come on, bro. No one was
Oh,
checking for Ant-Man.
God.
I don't care what anybody
They ain't
says.
even.
I never heard anybody say, "Oh, I got all the Ant-Man comics." No one's ever said that. I don't care who you
Ant-Man
are.
isn't even on the Christmas card
Yeah,
list. You know what I
no,
mean? So
no,
nah,
not at
you
all.
even checking.
But they
So
made me
I
care
guess
about.
you didn't like Quantum Manium, huh?
Oh, Quantumania. Yes, actually, I
Okay.
did.
No, that was a good movie.
No.
Okay,
Oh no,
okay.
I like the movies, but
Just
I was just saying
the
like
magic that they do.
like when they said they
okay.
were making an Ant-Man, I was like, why? That's all I can say is why are
Hey,
you making that?
But my wife had me rewatch like the first two movies, and she was like, "Dude, these movies are so underrated." So I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna watch." I'm like, "Oh my god, this is good!" we watched them. It's kind of like it's going through the motions of Marvel movies, like popcorn,
Oh,
icy, is it?
Yeah,
And then
they're
I watched
supposed
it
to be
again in my
having,
home.
which I saw like the trailer of it. I think on YouTube.
Mhm.
I think it's Black Beetle or Beetle.
Oh, Blue Beetle.
Oh,
Blue
Beetle.
Beetle.
Yeah,
Oh,
Blue
that's
Beetle.
DC. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which looks
I like that
interesting.
trailer.
Yeah, it
Oh
looks
yeah.
interesting. So,
Okay.
like
Yeah,
I
I
said,
like Blue Beetle, man. I like his character. His character's pretty cool. That's gonna be an interesting watch, that's for sure. Because that suit, man, that suit's gonna steal the show. Because the suit just has a mind of its own. That's what I like about it. So he's constantly trying to control it.
Thought of another one. What about Monica Rambeau as Captain Marvel?
Ooh, that would
They
be
already
good.
laid them seeds in there already
That
from
would be
what was it,
good.
WandaVision.
Yeah.
So there you
I
go.
didn't
And
really get into the WandaVision thing. I don't know.
Oh,
it get good at the episode 4.
No,
Or in episode 4, right? It was
Yeah.
in episode 4. The first 3 was like,
Yeah.
ugh, this is a slow burn.
Yeah, WandaVision is really good,
Is it?
but it is a slow burn.
Yeah, the first 3.
But I love Scarlet Witch though. She's like one of my favorite mutants.
Yeah, I like
So
her
I was
too.
down. I was down for the cause already, but I was
her
just like,
too. But then I was asking myself the question. Okay, why are you giving Scarlet Witch and Vision a TV? I
A
didn't
television
get it.
show, right?
I didn't
Yeah,
get it.
right.
yeah, Marvel superpower strikes again. They make you care about because hey, I don't know about you guys, but I think Vision is like the weakest character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
All he
Because
did
of
was
the
get
power
beat up.
he had,
He got beat up every movie, every single except for the Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron, he shined, but after
That
that
was it.
he got slapped around every movie, and especially in not Endgame, Infinity War. Oh my God, he started off the movie getting beat up.
Yo, right? Was it in London?
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch was getting stomped.
All you did was see him get slapped around. Scarlet Witch is like, dang, again? Okay. And that's all that happened with him. So when I saw them getting a show, I was like, I don't know about this. But it turned out to be good.
It's going to be Eliza Minnelli.
man.
That's what's going to be.
Oh, my God.
Considering he had so much power, it was surprising considering the power that he had. But I guess not everybody can handle an Infinity Stone. So.
Yeah.
Apparently not. You're right.
I just thought of one more. Superior Spider-Man.
Oh.
That's one of my favorite Spider-Man comics. So basically, Doc Ock switches minds with Peter Parker.
Oh wow!
And he takes over his mind, and he's like trapped Peter Parker, someone within his mind, and Doc Ock is now Spider-Man. So he's trying to save people, but he's doing it, the Doc Ock way, which is like not the way he should. Like there's one scene when he shoots somebody with a gun, like the chapter ends and Spider-Man has a gun. I'm like, whoa, Spider-Man, whoa, what are you doing?
And I had this question, and was talking about it a couple of weeks ago with a guest. She's a visual effects artist.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about just the stress of the visual effects that are required today from movies on artists to create all these shots and stuff. Do you think that's kind of a thing that we're just too accustomed to now, especially with Marvel and superhero kind of movies. Just the level of visual effects that are in these movies.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just last week, we was getting ready to do a podcast, and we were watching like the very first, like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie, and we was like, "Whoa,
these graphics are
graphics
wow.
like PlayStation 2 graphics right now, man."
How did I see PlayStation 2 graphics in real life?
Yo, but at that time, at that moment, they was
That's all. Yep, they were
top notch.
But then when you
And
think
now
about
look
it,
at this.
though, I mean, you could go back to even Blade, and he
Oh,
kicked
yeah.
off the Marvel. He revived Marvel.
Yeah, he jump started. He was on
Blade,
first
Wesley
heartbeat.
Snipes Blade, and that was the level.
Yeah.
Of, graphics weren't like they are now, of course.
Oh my God.
Hey, do you remember the scene when he slices Deacon Frost in half and his
Yeah.
body like comes up? If you look at it now, it looks so bad.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm and like I said, the question we would have as far as like now you're hearing, especially in, I'm not saying Marvel's a sweatshop or anything like that, but they that is a lot of shots and a lot of visual effects on artists, and you see a lot of artists getting burned out or really kind of fall into the wayside because it does put out a lot on them to get it done. And we kind of talked about that. And I was just thinking, how is it going to be 5 years from now? What are we going to be expecting? Kind of moving forward because these shots are just getting so out there.
Yeah.
That is a good. Damn, that is a phenomenal question.
That really is.
Because you know what? Yeah, because like naturally, as a society, as technology goes up too, like we get a new phone every 6 months to a year, pretty much, and like that's the expectation. And then with these movies, you don't know what kind of question you ask. That's a deep question.
That is, and I honestly think that the consumer's gonna want more.
Yeah,
they're not gonna care. It's hey, give me this. Oh man, that's out. Those graphics are outdated. I just want this now. But they don't understand the work and level of work and dedication that it takes to make something like that. And you're a graphic designer, so you know better than anybody.
I'm a graphics, but not even on, like I said, just and I've played around with some editing and visual effects type of stuff, but nothing on that level. And added to that, deadlines and millions of dollars.
Oh my God!
So that's why, like I said, I give credit to all the visual effects artists out there. The ones that I've had on the show are amazing artists as well. But I do, I have read and seen where studios are putting these unrealistic expectations on a lot of artists because of just the nature of, like you said, people today are just so used to seeing these seamless type of things that they're not even thinking about,
A lot of the animators, like for anime, that's a thing in Japan. Like a lot of the animators there, they pass out from exhaustion, and some even like, unfortunately, self transition because of the deadlines and things that they're put under. Like I'm trying to remember. I don't want to say the anime wrong, but it's a very, very popular anime that's known for its animation. Like the animation is superb, the top notch, best in the business, and the animators get paid nothing. So it's like, not only do you want me to animate this great show for you, the consumers love it, but the people that are in charge of those animation companies, the people higher up, they get all the money, but the actual animators,
it don't trickle down enough.
It doesn't trickle down, and the animators just get exhaustion, tired. Don't get to see their families.
Yeah.
So that's
work.
Yeah.
Or even like video games.
Yeah, I will say, like I said, not that paint a bad brush on it. They love their craft and they love what they do.
You have to.
Of course, they wish the working situations. A lot of them, and not all studios are are like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, they're wishing the working conditions were better, but they're always working to push the level of the craft that they're doing. So they're always pushing to make the shot bigger. I wasn't really big into the the franchise. But they did show a trailer of Transformers, the Beast one that's coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, like Beast Wars, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beast Wars. And like I said, you're just watching these, and the level of visual effects is like, man, I can imagine sitting there, trying to get this shot like this.
Remember the cartoon back in the 90s?
Yeah.
Beast Wars.
Just remember what that
just that.
Remember what that looks like
Yeah.
compared to now. My inner childhood is excited about that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go watch it for sure, but I'm going in with zero expectations.
It looks, I will say that,
Yeah.
but I guess like I said, when the first one came out, it was really disorienting for me because the movement and the transitions were just so. Michael Bay put so much into it. It's like, man, I can't even see him transform because they're just moving so fast and stuff. But like I said, I was a big fan of the cartoon. When it came out, and just Optimus Prime's voice is just iconic. You just can't get around Optimus Prime's voice. So
Autobots roll out.
Yeah, roll out. Yeah, which I think he did. Like the first one, I know he did like the original guy that did the voice. Did some of the first voices for Optimus Prime. So I like that. But ultimately it comes down to for the studio is it going to make money for us?
Of course.
Yeah. Man.
Again, everybody. Just jumping in, like I said, we've been having an amazing conversation. Like I said, this always goes by. We're already an hour and a half in, so time.
Oh man, dang! I didn't even realize that.
Ooh, man,
the time goes by so quick for sure. Sure. Like I said, I do want to. Be respectful of everybody, kind of wrap this up, and definitely these guys here will be coming back on because, like I said,
absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Fun shows that you just love sitting down and just having these kind of back and forth kind of conversations and stuff. For everybody, make sure that you do hop over to their YouTube channel or their social channels and check them out. Check out Fusion-Haa for sure. Let me move this over.
Cool.
Check out Fusion-Haa for sure. And connect with these guys. These guys are hilarious. Like I said, I knew it for the first time we sat on the panel that this was going to be a fun time on the show. So I had to get them on. But you can connect with them on Instagram. Check out their YouTube channel. TikTok, you can connect with them on Facebook. Like I said, they talk not only about comics, but again, they love wrestling, talk about pop culture in general. So you definitely don't want to miss out on their show for sure. And super excited to be getting them back on the show because, like I said, we have fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
And Don, we'd love to have you on our show too, man. We would love to have you come on.
All I'm waiting for is an invitation, guys.
All right, we're gonna work on that for sure.
We schedule a date, for sure. I can't thank you enough, Chaddrick Jeremy, for being on the show.
Thank you,
one,
sir.
for connecting with me. Two, for being my friend and really coming on and just having fun. This really was a fun conversation. I love and can sit and talk about comics, cartoons, movies for hours. And I know that you can do the same thing.
Yep, with ease.
But I definitely don't want to hear in the background, Jeremy, get in here. Are y'all done yet? Definitely don't want to hear that, but I think
like, yo, woman.
Like I said, I can't thank you guys enough for being on.
I know
everybody else had enjoyed this. Good morning, Zulu. Greetings from Johannesburg, South Africa.
Oh, man.
Their show inspires me a lot. Big ups. I appreciate you. Like I said, we're international. So
I see, man. Look at you.
You guys are going international. So.
Oh man,
appreciate
yeah,
it,
man,
man.
Like I
yes,
said,
sir,
we
yes,
had
sir.
EU from Azerbaijan. So we've had a
Yeah.
lot. That's what I say. That's why this show is for me. Is just, it's a lifesaver for me. Because one, it just revives me. That's why I know as you guys go on your journey for this
Yes, sir.
show, it's gonna fuel you to, get past the day job that you do and just work at your craft. And it's gonna build, and you'll meet, as you have met, so many interesting, creative people, and have fun doing it. And like I said, for me, this show has allowed me to connect with so many great people, build friendships, and like I told both of you, even before the show, it goes beyond you guys being guests on the show. It's about us being friends and building a friendship from there. And I can honestly say that I've
Absolutely.
had a great pleasure of connecting with you guys, um, watching what you're doing, following what you're doing, and just
Thank
loving the
you.
content that you're putting out. So I know just great things are coming down the pipe for you guys, because you got I've done a show. My last show, I had me and my friend did a co-host kind of show.
Oh, okay.
It
Yeah.
wasn't. It was more business related and creative business type of thing. But I know how fun it is when you have somebody to bounce off of when you're doing
Yeah.
things and
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
a show. So that's why, like I said, you guys are got a great mix together. Obviously, being
Thank you.
friends from high school helps and makes it so much better when you're doing it with your friend. So I'm just gonna enjoy watching the success that you guys are gonna have, and just glad to be a little part of it along the way. With
Oh
having
shoot.
you
Oh
on the
man.
show,
Well, thank you. You're
for
probably a
sure.
big
Yeah,
part of
yeah,
it. I
man.
believe you're gonna be a
Yeah,
big part of
you
it.
will
Little,
be.
nah,
Yeah.
nah.
This
You're
has
gonna be a big part.
been amazing, amazing episode. Again, all this
Yes.
information, their contact information will be in the show notes on the channel. So make sure you hop on over to the YouTube channel. If you just caught a little bit of the show, definitely check out the whole episode. I'm gonna have fun editing this for sure. So
Oh man.
make sure that you connect with them. And again, they will be back on the show for sure. So if you could, guys, hang out in the green room for a little bit while I close
Sure.
out the show, I'd appreciate it. But
Okay.
everybody, help me thank again my friends and guests on the show, Chaddrick and Jeremy.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hang out for just a second. I'll be right with you, man. As I close this out.
All right, you have a
Absolutely.
good one.
Guys, this and gals, this has been a fun episode. I hope all of you had as much laughs as I had while I was doing this. Like I said, I knew it was going to be definitely make sure. Mr. Jeff, I appreciate you tuning in. Mahalo, my brother. I'm going to be trying to get out to California way sometime this year, so I'll definitely be hooking up with you, man. But I appreciate you as always tuning in. Dorothy, appreciate you. I know Chaddrick and Jeremy appreciate everybody that's tuned in. You guys, as always, support and really show up. So you guys make the show what it is, right along with all my friends and guests that come on and make the show what it is and make it a blast for me to do. So I cannot thank you all enough for doing this and showing up. Next week is going to be no exception. We're this third season is rolling and it's going to keep on going for sure. We got a great guest. He was in the chat. I don't know if he's still here, but he jumped in to the chat. Next week we are going to have another Don. It's going to be the Dons in the house. Don Dixon, super talented senior animator and illustrator with Honeycut Incorporated. So definitely make sure. And I showed, which I'll have on the show again, but I did. He sent me some of his art books for sure that I'll have on the show. Super talented. illustrator and animator. So looking forward to having Don on the show. And like I said, it's going to be the Don's Habit. So definitely make sure that you tune in as well. With that, like I said, this was a great one. Can't thank the guys for coming on. You guys got a 2-for-1 for sure. So you definitely got your money's worth for sure. Yep, Mr. Jeff, the Don Show. It's gonna be the Dons in the house there, and we're gonna have a great time. So with that, I hope all of you have a great rest of the weekend, an even better week. And I will see you next Saturday, same bat time. Of course, same bat channel. Cheers, everybody.